Happy Tuesday. We are back with another daily live video show. This is the Shortcut Live, your consumer technology source, the number one consumer tech site on Substack. I'm joined with Max Bondano. We got Kevin Lee and we got Adam Jessica over in the UK. We're in New York City. We're live. It must be 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, because we're live every single weekday. We did take off yesterday. Kevin is dressed in red.
Yes.
It's not leftover costumes from Valentine's Day. Don't worry. It is Chinese New Year as of today, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
happy Chinese New Year.
Right. We're celebrating everything technology, everything that you basically buy at Best Buy or Walmart, Amazon, and telling you all about it. Especially news that broke yesterday. We didn't think there'd be any news yesterday, so we didn't go live. But we have Apple having a launch event. They sent out invites. March 4th is when the next Apple event will be. And there's a lot of rumors of what will be announced. New MacBooks, a new iPhone, just not the iPhones that you're thinking of, and tons more. Max, you wrote up the story. Despite it being a day off, we were all still working on the shortcut. Before that, I want to tell you, you can drop comments in, whether you're on Substack, X, YouTube, or Instagram, and we will answer the questions. And Max needs questions to be asked as much as possible because he was late today.
You're going to bring this up in front of everybody?
Absolutely.
Is that what's happening?
That's. I mean, I said I would.
Matt's new imaginary rule, which me and Kevin are considering imaginary because you did not say this on the air.
Yeah, he didn't say it on the air. He didn't say it on the live stream, so it's not real.
The first time you say something, it needs to be on the air for it to be official. So he claims that every minute that I'm late to work, I owe him $1.
That's right.
I probably need to make like $100 this live stream. So I'm going to ask for everybody to please drop your comments, as many as you can. Spam the comments. You can say whatever you want in the comments.
Even one word, emojis, whatever.
I took off all the filters on our comments.
Sure.
You can you can spew whatever rhetoric you want. I need to make this money back.
Right. We already got one comment.
On my way.
Yeah. But it was asked twice. What do we do in that case?
That's $2.
That's $2. Okay.
That's $2.
When is the event? And then the follow-up was, when is the event? So
They're very curious people.
Apple is going to have its event March 4th. It's actually not happening in Cupertino. It's happening in New York, London, and Shanghai. So it's kind of Apple is distributing the, special experience, as it calls it. It's for the media. What's happening, Max? What do you think is going to be there? There's a lot of different rumors.
Yeah, this is a very strange, weird event rollout for Apple. They've never done what they call a special experience before, and invite people from 3 different cities to come out and experience whatever they want them to experience. It's not a traditional Apple event. There's not going to be a live stream from Cupertino. Tim Cook's not going to walk out on stage. This is strictly for the media, so it'll be like a hands-on event for the media. We're expecting a lot of different stuff in the first quarter of the year. Every rumor that we've seen indicates that we might get a new iPhone, a new MacBook, a few new iPads. We could get new Mac Studio displays. There's a chance of a smart home display. There's a ton of stuff that we could see at this thing.
Yeah, the HomePod with a screen is what we keep hearing about. We don't know if it would actually come at this event, but it would be much more important than, say, the iPhone 17e, right? Which we're expecting. That's probably the one we think is going to be 100% there.
Yeah.
Right. But it's
so
not
far
spectacular. Right. It's not something that we're too excited about because it's their budget phone. We're expecting the iPhone Fold later this year, but the iPhone 17e, it's a budget phone. It's kind of a throwaway for a lot of early adopters.
It is Apple's parts bin phone. They do this every year. They have one sitting somewhere in their lineup where they just have old parts from old phones. They just put them back together. They're like, here's a brand new phone. We're going to charge under $600 for it. So the iPhone 17e should have the same design as 16e from last year, except with MagSafe this time, which will be very nice upgrade.
So tell me about this budget MacBook powered by
Oh
the
yeah,
A18 Pro. That may be what I'm most excited about because the the price is going to be cheap.
yeah.
I'm hoping it has, just connectivity built in where I don't have to connect to like a hotspot, right?
That would be very nice, wouldn't it?
That would be that's what some of the rumors are saying.
Some outlets have definitely claimed that. I've seen that for like the higher end MacBook Pros later this year too.
Mm,
There's a chance that they have 5G as well. I don't know if they're going to debut that in this budget entry
okay.
MacBook, but this might be a monumental shift for the MacBook lineup. Like every time they introduce a new MacBook Air, we just wait for it to go on sale. Like 6 months later, it's already like $200 off, and
Right.
then all of a sudden you have an $800 laptop that has like the horsepower of a $2,000 laptop. Um, this new budget one should be around 600 bucks, powered by the A18 Pro chip, same chip that's in an iPhone. They're going to throw it in a MacBook, and
Hmm.
it might have a slightly smaller display than the normal MacBook Air, which is 13 inches. So it might have like a 12-inch screen, I guess, something around there. Um, Slightly thinner profile, perhaps, something very durable, very portable, and fun colors. So it'll like sort of take inspiration from the base iPad in that sense. It could come in like a light blue, a light green, sort of like a yellow color, very spring friendly. Um, Everybody's very excited for this
That's
MacBook.
huge.
Yeah,
Colors. Oh man.
yeah. It's going to be very interesting. They've never done anything like this before. They've never made like a strictly budget MacBook before.
Mhm.
So this will be like their first entry into that. It's going to kill a lot of Windows laptops, I think.
That's the scary part for everybody else who's not named Apple.
Yeah.
It's we see the M1 still on sale at Walmart for they always reduce
Yeah.
the price by like 50 bucks
It's
every
been
Black
what,
Friday.
6 years since that
Yeah.
came out?
Right. And
It's still a killer laptop too.
it's still a great laptop.
Yeah.
But it reduces in price every year. I feel like that this new laptop's going to replace that M1 version that's still kicking it at some retailers.
That and the M2 Air,
Mm.
which I saw over Black Friday was like definitely still kicking around. Was like discounted to about $600-700.
Okay.
So I think like there's going to be a lot of budget laptops that will be shaking in their boots by the time this thing hits shelves. It's expected to come out sometime next month, so it makes sense that this would be announced at this event or this experience or whatever
Mhm.
Apple's calling it.
Before we move on to iPads, we do have some more comments. $1 for Max says, and I can't believe I'm reading this. John Swider.
Now,
Right.
Sean Slater.
I have an
John
issue
Slater.
with these comments. This feels like collusion to me. It benefits me, but there's definitely something happening. Who is this John Swider?
Oh, that's my dad.
Oh, you're just okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no relation to Joe Bondano, but
Uh-huh.
I guess John Swider is your father.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
And it says
Well, hi, John.
also $1 for Kevin and Adam.
Great.
Okay, well,
Right.
That's
He's
how every
spreading the
comment
love.
works, by
He's
the way.
spreading the love. That's
Mhm.
what's happening.
Yes,
here.
yes.
See, my parents have kept silent, but now that you were late for work and therefore you're in debt,
They feel bad.
they feel bad.
They
Mhm.
feel bad. They don't
know
want to see
there's
me
wiggle
fired.
room where I'm not losing money.
I'm gonna just like have a little cup next to me, save Ferris, but save Max.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start lying to people, say I'm on my deathbed.
I mean, you and Ferris
It's gonna make
Bueller,
a lot of money.
it's a good analogy.
That might be my oldest movie reference. I think now
Wow.
that might trump whatever I said last week.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Bring us home with
$10 for everyone
iPads.
from
Thank you,
iPad.
Joe
Joe Bondano. Thank you.
Wow.
$10.
One comment. Now you owe everybody $10.
They can actually, every comment can customize the amount of dollars that Matt
Mhm.
owes us, by the way. I forgot about that.
I love it.
Let's stop encouraging comments and start encouraging news about iPads. OLED iPad Air. That has not been an OLED screen before, right?
Yeah. This is the first time that anything below the iPad Pro will have an OLED screen.
Okay.
Apple experimented for a little bit with mini LED in the iPad Pro. I guess they didn't like that, so they went with OLED. Now it seems that that's going to come down to the iPad Air and the iPad Mini. Now the iPad Air sort of came out of nowhere. That one was like a bit of a random rumor that popped up recently. iPad Mini, a lot of people have been looking forward to for like months now.
Hmm.
And I feel like that one might be like a killer little tablet to carry around. Like a little 8-inch like OLED screen, like go watch movies on a plane or something. That's
Mhm.
fantastic.
So my question is, if the iPad Mini looks great, is it just going to be automatically usurped by the iPhone Fold that comes out? Because that's really what I'm expecting from an iPhone Fold. It almost like an iPad Mini type form factor. Maybe that has to be like a trifold. When Apple does that in
Mhm.
4 years. But do I really want that iPad Mini?
Yeah,
Great size, especially if they change the design a little bit.
absolutely.
But 6 months later, I might be like, this is what
You're
the
s- you're
iPhone
s-
Fold is.
right, and I get that argument.
Mhm.
You're still going to be saving about $1,000
Mm,
because if you get like an iPhone 17 or like the 18 Pro when that comes out, 18 Pro is probably going to be $1,100, and then the iPad Mini is 500. So then you're at 16. The iPhone Fold's going to be about $2,500. So
okay.
you might be saving up to $1,000 depending on the phone and iPad Mini that you pick up.
But I'm gonna get the iPhone Fold anyway. So what you're saying is I
Yes,
should
you
just
will.
get both.
Probably
All
yes.
right. Sign me up.
I
Would you
encourage you to.
recommend upgrading from an iPhone 13 Pro, or is it probably
Adam, I
just stick
recommend
with it?
upgrading in general. I think what we need to get you is the Trump phone. I think that'll be an even better phone than whatever
Oh,
you
yeah.
have.
Well, it's the best phone.
At
as
least it'll
far-
have USB-C.
Yeah, USB-C. It'll have more storage. I think I have 128 gigabytes of internal storage on this.
Oh, this one will have 256 easy. Trump's not going to let you down like
I
that.
think it's got 512. I think there it is.
Okay.
Adam, I think they're gonna repossess your phone pretty soon, so we got to get you a new phone.
Oh
Lightning.
yeah,
Lightning.
absolutely. No, I think it's like, isn't that like state law now in the EU? You just have to. It's like federal law.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm technically breaking the law with my
Yeah.
lightning cable. When
Yeah.
people are like, USB-C, it's the way to go. I'm like,
They should
I'm
just
hy-
make
I'm
them
clean up.
illegal. Start breaking into people's homes. Where are your lightning cables?
Mhm.
That'd be funny.
That's probably what they're gonna do.
I love it.
It's only a matter of time. Last thing that we're talking about is this smart home display. Kind of interested in technically a new product category in some ways, or like an
Yeah.
evolving product category that Apple has not touched before, not touched in several years with the HomePod 1, 2, and the HomePod Mini. It really hasn't done a lot in this space recently. And I'm kind of interested in, it just evolving and growing a screen.
Yeah. Now, the last time I heard about the smart home display Apple's been working on, rumor had it that it was going to come out in the spring this year.
Mm.
Right? It was supposed to line up with the big Apple Intelligence upgrade with Siri and Gemini and all that good stuff. Because of the delays with Siri and Gemini, there's a good chance this won't be shipping at this event.
Okay.
But this is more of like the, so not a long shot, but like probably won't happen, but it still could. They could surprise us. Like there's a fair shot that they surprise us with this thing. It'll look like having two iPhones stacked together almost, just in like one big square screen on top of like a little half sphere speaker. This one won't move around. They're working on one with like a robotic arm, which could be cool in the future. But this one will be stationary. It'll kind of look like an iMac. What's that one? iMac G4, I think.
Yeah, very
Mm.
popular.
It'll have similar vibes to that. It could come
Right.
in like some fun colors and be powered by the new Siri whenever that decides to ship.
If I remember like some old rumors correctly, it was supposed to be like on a mechanical like rotator, like it
Like
would
an arm.
rotate automatically.
Mhm.
The whole
That-
thing would rotate.
Yes, yeah. So that it may have center stage, which is another
Yeah.
thing that we were hearing about. It could be able to like follow your face around while you're on a FaceTime call,
Mhm.
which is nice. It won't be the robotic arm, but like it will, it'll have some personality to it, some presence in the room.
Basically a software developed version of what Kevin is talking about with the mechanical arm. This is center
Exactly.
stage is one of the things that you'll notice when you're on a FaceTime call or any video call where it kind of uncrops a little bit and moves with you.
Keeps your face in the right in the viewfinder, so
It-
people
Right.
can see you.
It does. It's a little jarring, but it's helpful in certain situations.
Absolutely.
And it's just kind of fun to play with.
Yeah.
So, but those are the rumors for March 4th for Apple. Apple knows that Mobile Congress is happening. I know this was planned months in advance, this date, or at least the time frame was. But it's also happening right on top of Mobile Congress, which
Yes.
is planned up to a year in advance for the dates.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be in Barcelona for a good portion of this. Oops.
I I have a theory about how this event's going to shake out.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm right or not,
Tell me.
but I feel like because it's on a Thursday or Wednesday, it's
Mhm.
Thursday, I think, March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Wednesday.
Okay.
So because it's Wednesday, I think Apple's going to drop like 2 press releases on Monday, probably 2 on Tuesday, announce all the stuff. And then on Wednesday, when the media get hands on time with it at 9 a.m., that's probably some sort of like an embargo thing. And they'll be able to talk about all the stuff that they've experienced. I have no insider knowledge here. I'm just making a guess because I feel like they just, at this point, they're probably just like, let's just drown out Mobile World Congress altogether. Let's just own this whole week.
Right.
Like,
Especially
why else would you schedule? Why, if you're Apple, why not just schedule a huge event and just announce a bunch of stuff?
especially with a phone, tablets, right? Like
Laptops.
those are
Laptops.
laptops, right? Those are
Potentially
Kills every
every smart home
category.
thing. Yeah.
right. Those are centerpieces of the mobile experience that we see
Yes.
at Mobile World Congress. They're just gonna be like, okay, we're just gonna not appear in Barcelona. They never do,
Mhm.
and just out headline everything. So smart
Exactly.
idea. Yeah.
Do you think we'll see anything on the long rumored new Apple TV?
That I haven't heard anything about the new Apple TV in a while. I
Mhm.
know they're working on one.
I saw this
they-
rumor over the weekend. I think I saw something like Apple 4K TV Ultra. It basically has AI
Yeah,
upscaling, but
right.
it was like a random rumor.
Uh,
I haven't heard about that in a while. So far, it doesn't seem like that's going to come out before like the summertime. It may come out later this year. But who knows? Like we could see that too. Like Apple, this is just a weird event for them. They've never like scheduled a special experience and then invited people this way in 3 different cities and like didn't tell everybody to keep their mouth shut about it. Like the second people got these invites yesterday, they flooded Twitter with them. Like everyone took screenshots and shared it, just the same way they would with like a regular Apple event.
Of course.
So this is a very publicized thing that's happening. I can't tell what they're up to necessarily. I just know they have a bunch of stuff that's supposed to come out like before we reach like March or April.
Right. And Apple stock this morning is up, you know, maybe partially based on this news of like, yeah, they have a good lineup coming in early 2026. Sometimes they're early, you know, early year or several months into the year. They don't really have anything,
Yeah.
especially in like the March timeframe. This seems like a significant portfolio that they have.
Also,
pipeline.
it definitely seems like they could just be distracting everybody with new hardware while they work on their AI and their software.
What Apple Intelligence? That's
Where?
no,
What are you
yeah,
talking about?
Yeah,
Look at
here's
this
some
new
shiny new
iPhone.
iPads.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I knew that would take a big portion of the discussion this morning about consumer tech. We do welcome your comments on all the platforms: X, Substack, Instagram, YouTube, and we see a lot of people joining from Substack every day, which is great to see. We're going to talk about one of the things that helped grow our Substack, which is PlayStation. And there may be a new release date for the PlayStation 6. We talked about this on the show last week a little bit, but now there's further rumors, further evidence. This is Adam's specialty.
Mhm.
The PlayStation 6 release date may not happen until 2028, maybe 2029 at this point. And a lot of that isn't like they're working on something wonderful and new. It's partially to blame on the RAM shortage that's pushing back the previous 2027 estimates that we had out there. Adam, tell us what you think is going to happen. What are we hearing? What are you writing about on theshortcut.com?
Yeah, it feels like if you're a PlayStation fan, it's looking like the release of the next console. The first one was affected by the pandemic and COVID, which obviously made it impossible to buy, but was good news for us. Obviously, it's what basically started the shortcut with Matt's help trying to help people find PS5s. But the PS6 looks like it's going to be delayed now till possibly 2029, and it is all down to the AI boom, these data centers that need all the RAM, they need all the memory, which is skyrocketing all the prices and making a console which is rumored to have 30 gigabytes of memory this time around, which we discussed recently on the show. That's going to make it a very expensive proposition, and Sony need to make sure the price is still reasonable for consumers, so they're not going to sell 0 units and everyone goes and just buys PC parts instead. It's affecting so many things. It's also potentially going to impact the Nintendo Switch 2. That's the only console out of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and Series S, and even the original Switch and Switch OLED and Lite, which hasn't received a price increase yet. It's looking like it's going to happen. So if you haven't bought a Nintendo Switch 2, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be more than $449.99 soon. So I would go out and get one now because it's not going to go down in price. We know that. It's only going to go up in price. So it's impacting so many devices. Nvidia reportedly are not going to release new graphics card this generation. AMD weirdly have kind of said that the next Xbox could launch in 2027, which would kind of buck this trend we're seeing. But right now, I think a lot of companies are just waiting it out, seeing where things go, making sure their products are full. But Valve even pushed the Steam machine back. That was supposed to be Q1. It's going to be first half of the year now. It's a bit of a nightmare, really. And ultimately, it means that we're the ones who are affected most because we'll probably have to pay more.
It's interesting to see that all the money is being made, as you mentioned, in AI. We had a company, Micron, that made consumer-based memory, and they're all going. The entire company announced that they're exiting the consumer market entirely because they're making too much money from AI data centers and enterprise customers, right? So, the consumer market is struggling a little bit in getting consumers RAM because they could just dedicate their RAM to, hardware stacks that go towards the enterprise, right? It's just been interesting to see this affecting a big brand like PlayStation because you have to think, they're on a certain timeline to replace the PS5 eventually with something bigger and better, and that is not going to happen. The fact that it went from 2027 to possibly 2029 is a big deal. But they need a lot of memory if they're going to sell a lot of units because it sells out. It's very popular every time there's a console shift. Just interesting to see. I also wonder if it's going to affect their PlayStation Portable 2, not the PlayStation Portal 2, which doesn't really need a lot of memory. Something that is a tangible handheld gaming, handset is going to be, something that we thought it was going to launch alongside the PS6. Apparently, maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe they launch in tandem, both delayed, or maybe they launch one and then you upgrade to the console experience when that's ready. But it's been interesting to see how this is affecting consumer markets while AI is like thriving and getting all the profits.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it really must be difficult to plan for the future right now because no one really saw this coming. It's changed everything. Will it get better? Will it get worse? Who knows? But if the PS6 does come out in 2029, it'll mean the PS5 has been on sale for about 8 to 9 years.
Yeah, it's long.
Which is long. And that's basically how long the original Switch was out. And that was really long in the tooth by the end of it. It's a long wait.
The good news is if AI has taken your job and you're jobless because of AI or happens in the next couple of years, there's no need to upgrade to a PS6. So you're saving money that way. At least that's how the math works in my head. So there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah. AI is just, it's solving all of our problems right there.
It is.
Right. Speaking of, the chip market, Intel and they now pronounce this XS, Kevin?
XESS.
XESS.
Yeah.
Right. Comes to all ARC graphics cards. Lunar Lake is laptops and handhelds are also on the way, right?
Yeah. Oh, Lunar Lake's the ones that are out now. It's the thing is like XESS multi-frame generation debuted on Panther Lake, and now it's coming to older devices. Last year's Lunar Lake chips, even older Arrow Lake chips, and also any ARC graphics cards. That includes so anything with the Intel Alchemist or Battle Mage GPU can basically take advantage of this. So basically, your old device just got better at gaming. So that includes a device like MSI Claw, which is currently updating still. So I'm trying to get this running. Basically, people are saying they're seeing 100 FPS on Clair Obscura Clair Obscura Exposition 33. That's a really hard game to run but thanks to multi-frame generation, you just had to hit 30 FPS and then you could double or triple your frame rate. Other people are seeing like 65 to 75 FPS on Fortnite. I think I saw like Hogwarts was running at like 120 FPS.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all on a handheld device, not like a serious gaming PC. It's a pretty sweet deal, and it's for free. Like if you have a laptop, you have like a Series Core Ultra 275H or something like that, some chip like that. You
Mhm.
can use this. You can take advantage of this.
Very nice.
Yeah, multi-frame generation, when it works and if you have a high refresh display, is excellent. However, for certain games, the input latency increase is noticeable, even with technologies like NVIDIA Reflex. So for certain games, it's not really viable. But yeah, being able to have that as a free update if you already own an Intel processor with these handhelds in particular is pretty sweet. It just gives them so much more life. And I think it's the future of where a lot of the hardware is going. Is if it wasn't for upscalers, frame generation, we'd be, I don't know, we just wouldn't be anywhere near we are in
We
terms of like
basically are relying on like multi-frame generation and like upscaling right now because
yeah,
nothing can render like actual resolution and keep a high frame rate because the games are so demanding right now.
exactly.
They're going to be rivals to this in the space with like AMD?
AMD is already trying, like they have this thing called Redstone. It's kind of the equivalent, and then obviously NVIDIA came out first with DLSS multi-frame generation, DLSS 4.5. Yeah.
And this is available in the MSI Claw 8A AI Plus.
Yeah. You just go to your you just hit like your taskbar and you'll see a notification to update your drivers, and then you just download it directly. I can give you the exact number of the driver if you like. It's a long one.
Go for it.
Okay. It's 320.10.8509.
And that's all the time we have.
All right.
So I knew that was going to go long.
So
I
complicated.
was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, you're gonna let him read off a driver number on the air? No,
Yes.
of course not.
Guys, you gotta go find that.
Guys, we got an hour to fill
Okay.
every single day. All
Just
right.
Pen
fill
and
it in some
paper.
time. Yeah.
Right.
Kevin's reading off drivers again.
Okay.
That we can go 24 hours with that
Oh,
type,
yeah,
type of
yeah.
content. But yeah, interesting to see what Intel is doing. Apple is back to Apple. Not to give you whiplash, Apple's reportedly treating iOS 26 like Mac OS Snow Leopard. For people who don't remember Snow Leopard Macs, you know, because some of us are too young for that.
I felt this coming as I wrote this story for the rundown.
Uh-huh.
I've never used Snow Leopard. Okay, I know the reputation Snow Leopard had.
Sure.
I've never used that system before ever in my life. iOS 27 is rumored to be sort of taking on a similar role as Snow Leopard.
As
So-
the update that came out for Mac OS X in August 28th, 2009. So
It's been a while.
it's been a while.
But it was a big update because it fixed a lot of the problems people had with the previous generation. It increased performance, it increased battery life, it made everything a lot more stable. iOS 27 should be similar to that, according to our good friend Mark Gurman at Bloomberg. He's saying that there's a pretty good chance that Apple's going to look at iOS 26 and be like, okay, let's get rid of some of this old code. Let's, optimize liquid glass a little bit more because it was a huge visual redesign. It's been slowing down a lot of people's phones. I keep hearing that from some of my friends that have upgraded. They absolutely hate it.
My
Because-
keyboard is worse than ever.
We were just talking about this on the way
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
So iOS 27 should fix a lot of those problems with the efficiency improvements. Gurman's saying that there could be like better battery life for like every device that runs iOS 27.
Mhm.
If this update is in a similar vein to iOS 12, I don't know if anybody remembers how great that update was compared to iOS 11.
It's all blended together. So yeah, it's the one that had a lot of bug fixes, right?
It had a ton of bug fixes. It made the system so much better. Like I remember like updating to the beta, and the beta was already more stable than iOS 11 ever was. I was like, holy crap, okay. So with this update that should be coming this fall with the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone Fold, all that good stuff, it should be fixing a lot of the issues that people have been having, which is very welcome news because iOS 26 has been very rough.
Yeah.
I still experience bugs on the daily. Like there's some weird glitch now where if I just update Gmail, sometimes it just decides to crash. My whole system will just crash. I'll open it up and the whole thing just goes. Same with Spotify. It's very weird.
The question is, does Adam even have iOS 26?
Right. No.
Wow.
Let me stop you there.
Okay.
Not only do I have iOS 26
Okay.
Not only.
installed, and it's for some reason it still managed to work. I
Uh-huh.
also have Tahoe installed on my new, slightly faster Mac Mini from 2020
Oh man.
Yes.
that I
Look
was
at this
missold
guy.
as being an M2 Pro model, and spent my entire weekend moving things across from my original M1 iMac to only find out that I'm still on an M1. I just have slightly more RAM, which
You
in
thought you had
today's
an
economy,
M2, right?
I thought I had an M2 Pro,
Hmm.
and I have
Big
an
upgrade.
M1,
Not so
and
much.
it's got 16 gig instead of 8 gig RAM. Which, to be fair, in the AI
Well, that's
crisis,
nice.
I'm a rich man. thanks
I
to
was
that
gonna say
upgrade.
that's worth like $10,000, Adam. That's
Exactly.
It's a
massive.
commodity now.
Yeah.
In
So
this
So
we
economy,
could. This is big for you.
I'm
So are you
slightly more
noticing like a
advanced.
performance difference at all?
No, no.
Okay. Well,
I don't think we need to upgrade Adam on anything. He has the
it
works.
seems like he's highfalutin now.
He was showing off his fancy Apple Watch 8, right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
I've got, Series 8.
Uh-huh.
I've got the
How
lightning
long does it
cable.
last for you on a charge, Adam? I'm curious.
7 hours, maybe.
Okay.
That's exactly what I
My
thought.
phone, I checked the battery capacity. It is down to a dangerously low 70-odd%, and it
Holy
wants me to repair the battery. It's
Yeah.
telling me to go to an Apple store and swap out the battery, but
And
I'm refusing.
it's funnier if we never upgrade Adam
No,
at all. It's way
How long
funnier
can
that
we go?
way.
There's I think MKBHD's podcast. There's a guy named Ellis who has been carrying around the iPhone 13 mini out of pride,
Wow.
right? But we're just doing this to Adam out of
Oh,
spite.
just pure cruelty and
Uh-huh.
hatred. Yeah.
It is.
That's the
It
type of
is.
podcast
It's
we are.
cruelty, hatred. Yeah, we secretly want to fire you. We can't figure out how to do that, so we're just like, let's just force him to use the oldest technology possible.
It's more like we're negging Adam constantly with
a
like,
little
yeah,
bit, yeah. Like he doesn't know yet, but his salary's going to go down 20% next quarter.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
it's
well,
a slow, just push him out. Like
Matt
you know, we can't
actually
just-
takes all meetings with Adam in his Apple Vision Pro.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, but I don't have that. I'm like, oh yeah, I
Adam's,
forgot. I
Adam's
keep
only
forgetting.
ever seen
Yeah.
your virtual persona.
Matt-
That's it. He's
Matt
never seen your
actually-
real face.
he brought the Vision Pro to MWC, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you can try it. You're gonna
I
love
was showing
it."
everybody.
Everybody tried it in the airport. I've seen baristas wearing it. I've seen complete strangers to Matt. I've known Matt going on, what did we say, Matt, 6 years?
Uh-huh.
Did I get to try it? No.
We
Of course
forgot.
you did. What do you? Adam didn't get to try it.
He
How
did
come?
not. I brought it
So
all the way to
cruel.
the flat
Oh, well.
that we rented, the Airbnb.
This is what he does, guys. He dangles the carrot. He dangles the carrot and then
There's-
takes it away.
A little bit of sad piano music playing. I'll play the violin. I'll add to that, the smallest violin.
The smallest violin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My iPhone still has that app where you pretend to drink beer and everyone thinks you're drinking it. Oh no, I
It's
think
an excellent app. No. I can't
It's a-
argue with that. I
The
love
new
that
update
app.
for Adam,
It's a
though,
killer app. It should be built in like Control Center.
right?
Virtual beer time.
I don't know
Uh,
if you guys can still hear me, but this is proof that I need a new iPhone because it's just crashed again, guys.
Yeah.
It's affected
Kind
the
of
quality
froze,
of-
and then you went blurry, and then
Look at me. Look
Oh,
at what
man.
you've done to me.
Oh, no.
I'll
This-
be back when it works.
Sorry, you're a witness protection now.
You know what's really funny about that? Adam, for some reason, changed his setup, but he decided to go, you know what? This old iPhone is the way to connect to the stream today.
He's like, "Let's-"
maybe he was onto something about this USB-C thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
not
So
give DEU any credit. Let's keep going here
Yeah.
because I'm not.
absolutely. Speaking of another iOS update, before iOS 27 comes out, which we just talked about, iOS 26.4 beta is here. It has actually some new minor updates.
Yeah.
Max, tell me about this podcasting update and the Apple Music update.
Yeah, so this was the update that everyone thought the new Siri was going to come in. this is just beta 1, so I'm not saying it's not here, but, like, it's definitely not here yet. I have no access to the new Siri with Gemini or anything like that. For now, Apple's doubling down on some new features like this huge update to Apple Podcasts. They are introducing a new way to switch between audio and video while you're watching a podcast. So if you want to stop listening or you just want to like listen like in your car, then you get out, you can immediately fire up the video and it's automatically in sync. The whole thing is it uses some new live streaming technology that Apple built into the Apple Podcast app. That alluded to me that there was a live streaming feature in this. I don't know that there's a live streaming component to Apple Podcasts. I guess that they might be working on that. I thought I read that somewhere. Um,
You
but
were
at
wishful
least for
thinking.
now, it's very wishful thinking. At least for now, you can switch between audio and video. Apple's also introducing a new way for creators to monetize their podcasts through the app experience. So you can dynamically insert ads during each episode when you upload it, which I feel like will be very nice for us. We are available on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the Shortcut Live. You get notified every time we post a new episode. Um, it's a pretty big like push for Apple because Apple's clearly been doubling down on their creator incentives with the new creator studio and everything like that. They definitely want people to use their platforms to consume podcasts, given it's like the biggest medium nowadays for content. This is a very welcome update. I feel like I'm also like this is a matter of time until other people start to rip off exactly what they're doing.
Sure.
Like, how long is it going to take Google to build this feature into YouTube? 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like it seems neat, but I'm also like this technology definitely exists for other people, and they've probably just been waiting to release it.
Right. This is a fantastic feature because sometimes I'm listening to podcasts and then they'll do something inexplicably like strange on the video. And I'm like, oh, man, I wish I could see this and not
Yeah.
have to like go to YouTube and find exactly the same moment they're
Exactly, yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can dynamically switch between the two, which I feel like I think a lot of people are going to use that. I don't know if it's going to convince a lot of people to switch to the Apple Podcast app. I know it's not like the favorite among a lot of people.
Right.
But if you're already on there
Yeah.
and you want the video version, it's
Yeah.
gonna be easier for you to then, stick to that platform without having to switch to YouTube. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like Spotify does not have this feature, but you can just listen to the audio in the background. You can just turn off your screen and listen to the audio.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure how useful it will be. I think a lot of people will enjoy it though, to some extent. Another new feature with iOS 26.4 is in Apple Music. Apple Music is getting a number of updates with this. They've tweaked the UI a little bit, so it's a little bit nicer to use. Apple Music definitely has a nicer UI than Spotify. It's a big reason why people prefer it. The album artwork, when you listen to a full album on Apple Music, looks really beautiful. I listened to J. Cole's new album and obviously Dark Side of the Moon, one of our favorite albums to listen to in the studio. Everything looks stunning, like in Apple Music. It is absolutely beautiful. They also introduced a new way to create playlists.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys remember Spotify introduced like an AI playlist generator where you could just use some prompts to create like a vibe and then have a bunch of songs automatically fill into a playlist for you. Apple Music has introduced a similar feature. I think our friend Max Weinbach said this is based on their own foundation models running on the iPhone. So this is like one of the
preview.
first times that they've introduced a feature that does this. I gave it a shot. I'm running the beta on my iPhone, obviously. So I generated a playlist called Shortcut Office. We listened to nothing but classic rock in here.
Sure.
So I was like, give me some vibes like the Doors, give me some Eagles, give me some like Fleetwood Mac and stuff.
The Doors, aka what Kevin calls, oh yeah, I like that country song.
His favorite country
Yes.
artist of the, probably of all time, the Doors, infamously. Yeah, Jim Morrison. I get it.
Famous country artist.
Very famous. I heard he used to collaborate with George Strait all the time.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense to me. So I generate the playlist. It gives you like album artwork and everything like that. Great. I will say the songs are good. It's not like they're bad. It's like Stones and everybody like that. The Doors, Eagles, and Fleetwood Mac did not pop up at all. They're nowhere on the list.
Interesting.
I was like, give me like the vibes of these people. And they're like, okay, here's the Rolling Stones. I'm like, I did not, like the Doors are just, they never appeared on it. I was like, oh, I think I said Guns N' Roses too. No Guns N' Roses, just zero. It
I
was
guess
everybody that's like
it's
kind of similar.
yeah. I
It's
guess
a
it's
good
like
playlist.
to find like music that's like it, but
As-
not actually
Are they
to help
purposely
discover new music,
Yeah,
basically.
are they purposely saying these are similar but not the ones? Because like when you
could
create a
be.
station, right, it gives you that song. There used to be back in the day when you created a station on some of the music platforms, it would not play the song that you had immediately selected. It would play similar songs. But now most of the, music UI, the platforms have wised up, like, oh yeah, I want that as my first song, and then play
Mhm.
something similar.
Exactly.
I'm wondering if they're going back to that old school of like they're avoiding what you're naming in the prompts,
Yeah.
but getting you similar things.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's probably something along those lines. I have to toy around with it a little bit more. This is just the first beta, so it could be improved over time. I definitely want to generate some more lists and see what I can come up with, but it's a very exciting feature. I know a lot of people were hyped for it. I was watching all the reactions on Instagram and X and stuff yesterday. People are experimenting with it. They're down with this. Like this is going to help a lot of people make playlists because it can be a pain sometimes to do that. I take great pride in my playlists. I have a
Oh,
lot.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
I have like 40 of them probably, all with like different subgenres of different vibes. It's a little chaotic.
I don't use Apple Playlists as much as I should,
Yeah.
to the point where up until recently there was like maybe two of stuff I played,
Okay.
and then the Fourth of July mix that I put together,
Okay.
right,
Fair.
ages ago, and I used to have
Yeah.
like good Fourth of July fireworks parties back in
Yeah.
LA. So sometimes it flips from the last song I'm playing of like my current playlist
Hmm.
to John Philip Sousa, and it's just like very jarring.
Okay.
Stars and Stripes Forever, and
Okay.
I just go from some,
Wow.
yeah.
You could tweak the order of songs, in those
Yeah.
playlists.
Oh, I know. It just once it runs out, it sometimes or it just selects the wrong one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
wait, how many? I have to see this playlist at some point.
oh, sure.
We'll have to discuss this.
Yeah.
Right.
But
We have a comment that apparently approves of that kind of playlist. It's from Garoove.
one of our good friends on
My
Substack.
my favorite, yeah, my favorite part of Kevin going, that seems like a hard name to pronounce. Let me try it.
Yes.
Great,
I mean,
great.
I would
Oh,
like you
man.
to try it, Matt.
Uh-huh. No,
He
I'm
will
gonna say
reliably give it a
thank you for
shot.
your comment.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's a person.
Let's see. And to wrap up the iOS 26.4 beta news, just one other feature. Apple's testing end-to-end encryption for RCS. So your text messages between iPhones and Android will eventually be completely encrypted. Apple won't be able to see it. But for now, it's just a test. It seems like it may roll out at some point later this year. I don't know that we really know when, but that evidence is now in the beta. You can sort of test it if two of you or have iPhones that are running the latest beta. So seems like a pretty big update so far. We'll have to see what comes in beta too.
Yeah, bigger than some of the other updates. You just don't usually. It's like usually bug tweaks, and
Yeah.
you don't get a full scale redesign of anything. But this is a good update. I noticed on the Apple Music stuff, some of the artwork that wasn't previously animated, they went back in time and animated some stuff, and I'm just like,
Yes.
oh, that's neat to see.
Yeah.
Little bit of movement in the artwork. So definitely
Just
cool.
make it kind of pretty.
Yeah. And we just in time, we have Adam back for our last big story,
Yeah.
which is the mobile pad, right? Tell us about this gaming device.
Yeah, so I am back. I just literally had to give it like the kiss of life or something. I don't know what's wrong with it. The MobilePad, if you don't know MobilePad, let's first give them a little introduction. MobilePad is a Chinese company who make fantastic peripherals for Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2. And the latest controller is the MobilePad Cheeto 2 HD review. There we go. Let's do that. I covered the original Cheeto controller. It was excellent. However, this one is even better. And if you don't want to spend, is it $89.99 now for the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller? Or is it $99? It's expensive, whatever it is. This controller, which is feature complete, it has HD rumble, gyro controls, amiibo support. It can wake the console from sleep. It feels lovely in hand. Even the sticks they've managed to replicate those smooth gliding sticks that the Switch 2 has. And they actually feel a little bit better because they've got bigger analog caps for your thumbs. It matches all of those, and it's $49.99, which is crazy. Also works on PC. You can use it as a Switch controller on PC. You can use it as an Xbox 360 controller on PC. And it has TMR sticks, which are tunnel magnetoresistance. That's a big word, but basically what it means is if you're sick of your controller analog sticks drifting, which is basically what happens when you don't touch a controller and your character or crosshair will move on screen without you touching it. It's the worst. If you've ever experienced it, it's the worst. Never going to happen pretty much on this, which is excellent. So MobiPad, they've done it again. Great stuff. It's available now for MobiPad or Amazon. Check out my full review. I've also done a best settings guide because you can make some tweaks to it, make it even better. But yeah, excellent work again.
Yeah, a company out of China that is known for gaming peripherals. They've been around since what, 2018, 2019. And yeah, we reviewed a bunch of their products. And some of your settings guides have taken off on the shortcut. It's something that we give our subscribers a benefit to kind of deep dive into the settings, ask us questions. So that is part of our Substack, and definitely has taken off. You and I were talking about that a couple years ago, and like, all right, what other benefits can we give paid subscribers? And that is one of them, of a deep dive into the best settings for different gaming controllers, audio, something like that. For when you sign up for the shortcut.com and pay for it, you guys unlock some more nuanced articles that we do.
So
Yep.
I have a question about this controller.
Sure.
What is my advantage to buying this and not use just like the standard Switch 2 controller?
Yeah, like the classic.
Because I'm like, I always think about like, if I were to ever get into gaming, am I going to invest money into a bunch of third-party controllers? Because I know this is like a huge thing.
So
Like, there's a lot of companies that make like cool-looking ones. Is it just looks, or is there like better functionality?
no. So it's literally, so one, like I mentioned, it's half the price. So let's start
Okay.
there. In this economy, Max, it's half the price. The build quality is excellent. You can swap the D-pads for a circular or a crosshair. You can't do that on Nintendo's controller. It's got 2 back buttons, same as Nintendo's controller. It's got
Okay.
HD rumble, same as Nintendo's controller. Amiibo support, the same. It's got micro switch clicky buttons,
Okay.
Ooh,
which I love because they're super
Yeah.
responsive and they don't take a lot to press.
Very nice.
It's got those TMR sticks that I mentioned. Nintendo doesn't have that, so you could potentially get drift on Nintendo's controller, which is a concern for some. The only downside, really, choosing this instead of the Switch 2 Pro controller is it doesn't have a headphone jack. So if you use a
Okay.
pair of wired headphones, okay, maybe the Switch 2 Pro controller is a better option if you're willing to spend a bit more money. But aside from that, honestly, it's fantastic. I'll be honest, I don't quite know how they get away with making these so close, because a lot of third-party controllers have quite a few caveats, like they can't wake the switch, or you could never really have many wireless ones for Xbox because they never had the wireless protocol. This like does everything. Even the M button, which is the mode button on this, they've set
Max
it up
button,
so
but that's okay. Keep
the
going.
max button, yeah.
Yes.
If you press the max button, you get younger in real time. No, basically what happens is what happens is
okay.
in a game, it has a macro set to it, so you can also set like different commands, but it navigates all the way to the game chat and opens up game chat
Okay.
for you. So it
Oh,
even
that's-
replaces the C button, which is really clever. Obviously, it doesn't work if you try that on the home menu, but in game, it's great. So again, for the price, for the quality, for the features, I'd recommend it over the Switch 2 Pro controller.
The fact that it can wake the Switch too is
Yeah.
important, right? That is something that most controllers cannot do. That are
Even
third-party.
Nintendo's old Pro controller
That's right.
can't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
It's a minor inconvenience, but a major annoyance when it actually you're in the moment of like the consoles across there, and I'm just like, all right, I'm ready, and I'm like, I'm not actually, because
Mm.
I need a different controller because I'm not getting up. I need a different controller to wake up the Switch to, and then I will have my classic controller from Switch 1 to play that I want to play. So
Yep.
that fixes a problem for all of us. Let's see. All right, last story that we're inserting in here on the fly. This
I-
is yeah,
I need everybody's opinion on this.
Mm.
Like so we were getting together our rundown of stories today, and I realized I didn't include this, and I was like, damn it, I really should have. And I was like, okay, we might actually have time for this at the end. So Nothing is teasing a new phone,
Yeah.
right? They have the Nothing Phone 4A coming out on March 5th. They made a big deal about that, like teasing Apple's event or whatever. They're like, don't listen to them, watch our thing. Um, the marketing for this phone, very strange. I don't get this at all.
I think they're
Okay, we
trying to be
have an
hip and
overlay
edgy.
here. So they just posted a picture of what I'm pretty sure is just a condom.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, coming soon, A series. Okay. Now, what do we think this means? Does this mean better protection from what? Like I don't know. Like this is one of their biggest, like this is their teaser for the phone.
Right. I thought this was going to be a ring, like a smart ring. Be
No,
like,
it's not.
unwrap it. But when it says A series, it means they're inexpensive, affordable phone series, right?
Yes, it is their budget, sort of like lower end mid ranger type devices. They'll have a 4A and a 4A Pro coming out. But what does the condom mean? Like, can somebody please? I don't know.
I guess it's disposable, or
Is the phone disposable?
maybe
Is that a good way to pitch your new phone?
it's so affordable. It's disposable.
Does it
Oh,
mean you're
Nothing
gonna-
Phone 99.9% effective. Thank
With
you.
OnePlus going out of business, and they're closely linked in their original founder
Yeah.
of OnePlus is heading up Nothing and founded Nothing.
Mhm.
It's a tough time if your name's not Apple, Samsung, and Google to break into the U.S. smartphone market and make a profit. Maybe this is Nothing's way of saying we're also screwed.
Uh-huh.
It's a long way to go for that joke.
Wow.
Okay,
This
interesting.
just posted right after the whole Apple event
This
thing.
yes,
Yes.
this posted a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
The next day they had posted a picture. I'm not sure we have this slide, but they posted a picture of a blue pill and a pink pill,
Okay.
and their caption was "Feel good."
Mm.
A series
Okay, so they're really driving home this marketing.
of they want you to, I guess, feel good when you use this
Okay.
phone.
So I'm guessing it's going to have a really good, really powerful vibration
Hmm.
for people.
Is that so, Adam?
I'm just putting the dots together. You know, if you set them up, I'll knock them down.
The vibration motors in Android phones suck anyway, so I would
we
welcome
go.
that news.
There we
I
go.
do not like the vibration motors in most Android phones.
I feel like Adam
Nothing's-
has the best guess of all of us, and Nothing is based headquartered in London, in England. So I feel like Adam has some inside knowledge.
I think Nothing's advertising is always weird, though, isn't it? They like when they announce phones, it's always like Beatles.
There's like a
Fine.
beetle or like a butterfly or a snake
Yeah.
or something crawling up the side. No,
So-
you're totally right. I've just never seen them like somebody use a condom to be
Yeah.
like, buy our new phone. Like, you can't wait for this phone, can you?
Maybe you just put it in your wallet and forget about it and never use it again.
We got two comments from Chloe McGovern. Single-use phone. So that's a popular answer. Kevin also had that, unless Kevin saw that and said, "You know
Stole it.
what?
He stole
That's going to be my
I would
answer."
steal a comment.
He
Wow.
Not from Chloe.
I could profit from the comment anyway. Already $1. Thank you.
And Joe Bondano says perhaps the phone has pocket protection. It's kind of
Pocket
could be a
information.
thing.
Don't most phones have pocket protection at this point?
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe
No?
it's a phone that you don't need a case for, or something ultra slim.
It has to be something like that, right?
Right.
It's just so
Durability.
confusing. I've not seen anybody like make a good guess about this either yet.
Okay.
Like, I've been scouring comments.
Right.
People have written about this. I'm looking in those comment sections. I'm reading what some of our friends have written on their blogs and on Instagram and stuff like that. Nobody seems to know what this means.
Even
I'm-
AI is stumped. Like everything's about AI these days too. So you would think something along those lines, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a very peculiar rollout for a phone that probably isn't going to like excite a lot of people, at least in the United States. I
Well,
get
then you will
the
need
design, the like. There's plenty of people that appreciate the design of Nothing's products or what have you, but like the U.S. market, which I think this is going to be sold in, is very focused on value and like value to the brand. Like it's not a Samsung phone. I get that it looks funky, but I all the rumors that I've seen is just like it's going to be a another nothing phone with a mid-range chip.
So critics and fans have described the marketing as bizarre, shock marketing, especially as it started appearing during Valentine's Day.
All right.
It could have something to do with privacy, which is
Okay.
something that Samsung next week when they unveil the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra
Yeah.
is poised to have, where you kind of like rotate your screen in certain apps on an app by app basis. Even notifications get blocked. So Adam called it shoulder surfers. So someone looking over your shoulder might not be able to see your private notifications and messages as they come in, but
Yeah.
the rest of the screen is viewable from any angle. Maybe it's something along those lines from Nothing. If that technology is not necessarily Samsung exclusive, as some of their even Samsung Display, technically a separate company, sells to other manufacturers. So it could be something that if Samsung ordered a bunch of screens, maybe that's going to be popular on the market. So interesting.
I had another comment, by the way,
Yeah.
to dissuade you from a actual possible thing. Dan said it could be an extendable phone. Could the like phone for a be grower instead of a shower.
Not the story that we expected today. Not the comment.
Thank you, Launch Live team, for giving us that guess. I feel like it's like that could be it, or the single use phone. Those are the only two reasonable guesses that I've heard so far.
Well, we won't have long to wait because it happens on March 5th. And because I guess it's happening in Barcelona time zone, 6 hours ahead, we'll know a little bit sooner than, possibly right on top of the Apple news,
Yeah.
which seems planned and seems like a smart idea. I wonder if they knew that in advance over at Nothing, because we knew that Apple was going to do something during Mobile World Congress, and March 4th is Apple's date. So
March
definitely
is
an
going to
interesting.
be super busy.
It is. It is. Like you think you're going to slow down at one point, launch a live show,
No.
take a little break. No. Why not?
Utter chaos.
Yeah.
We love it.
Right. So, all right, that's our show for today. Lots of stuff. Go read. This is
That's
Apple,
basically
Adam's new profile.
that's basically Adam's technology state right now. He just made the wheel.
Wow.
That's scarily accurate.
Listen, every day in the rundown, Adam tries to lead with his latest gadget, which is Fire.
Okay.
Look,
And
it's
we're
going to
like,
change the world.
you know what?
Matt. It's
That's
gonna
been out
change
for a
the
couple
world.
years, right?
Not this kind. This fire it's 75% hotter than the previous fires.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Well, join us tomorrow on
Doesn't
the
smell like
Shortcut
poo.
Live.
Yes. The stars not
Join,
poo.
join us tomorrow on the
Hold
Shortcut
on,
Live.
hold on. Let's get Adam a Fire phone. That's what we're gonna upgrade him to.
Oh,
Latest and greatest.
You
The
promised
latest
me a
and
Trump
greatest.
phone. That's all I want now. T1, baby. T1
All
all
right,
the
fine.
way.
Damn it.
Join us live tomorrow in 23 hours. We will be live at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, where we'll talk about the latest gadgets. We just got in the Virtual Boy from Nintendo.
Nice.
So we'll be testing that out in New York City. That'll be myself, Kevin, Max testing it out. And then on tomorrow's rundown, Adam is going to talk about his new invention, the wheel.
Very
So
exciting.
that is, he's moving up from fire to wheel.
It's square shaped. I know it's controversial, but I think it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
I think you're on the right
oh
track.
my God. Yes.
So he'll get there, guys. He'll get there.
One of these days.
Require
Right.
watching, by the way, 10,000 BC. The fantastic
Required.
comedy with David Spade and Jack Black, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, all right, we are going to take a break for 23 hours, but we'll be back tomorrow on X, on Instagram, on YouTube, and of course on Substack, where you should sign up for the No One Consumer Tech site on Substack, theshortcut.com. See you all in 23 hours. Bye.
See?
See ya.